Daniel Boucher, the owner of Bathurst Life Insurance, was a man who understood the weight of loss better than most. Having experienced personal tragedy at a young age, Daniel was driven by a mission to alleviate one burden for grieving families: the financial strain of funerals. Every day, Daniel walked into his cozy office located on the bustling main street of Bathurst, past a brass bell that chimed a soothing note with each entering customer. He was known for his eccentric ways: bow tie always perfectly fastened, a coffee cup perpetually in hand, and a smile that could comfort the most worried of souls. Daniel's philosophy was simple yet profound. A funeral shouldn't be a financial crisis, he would often say, sipping his coffee while explaining life insurance benefits to a nervous customer. His voice always remained calm and reassuring, a mirrored reflection of the tranquility portrayed by the framed landscape photos lining his office walls. One cold, rainy Thursday, Daniel encountered Mrs. Thompson, an elderly woman whose husband had recently passed. The weight of her loss was apparent in her tearful eyes, and the financial implications were beginning to take their toll. Daniel welcomed her with a soft-spoken kindness. As she sank into the comfortable armchair opposite him, he attentively listened to her story. "I'm here to ensure you don't have to worry about the finances, Mrs. Thompson," Daniel assured her, explaining the ins and outs of the policy they had long subscribed to but never imagined they'd need to rely on so soon. Stories like Mrs. Thompson's were why Daniel founded Bathurst Life Insurance. It wasn't just a business to him. It was a responsibility to shield people from the sharp edge of financial crises during their most vulnerable moments. As he had crafted each policy, he had considered the families behind them, thinking of the moments when they would come to him, not in months or years, but hopeful of never fully realizing the need. Yet, when a moment arose, Daniel was prepared, as was Bathurst Life Insurance, to ensure that those inevitable farewells were supported with financial security. With his comprehensive approach, Daniel had designed policies that covered everything from modest funerals to larger, more elaborate services. He understood that everyone deserved to say goodbye in a manner that honored their lives, without plunging the living into unsustainable debt. Throughout his career, Daniel taught his team to approach each client with empathy and a personalized touch, knowing that beyond business, it was about care and compassion. As Daniel sat in his office after Mrs. Thompson left, reflecting on the day, he knew the work was never-ending. But with each person he helped, Daniel felt a sense of fulfillment that could not be measured in terms of profits or losses. It was a warmth that came from knowing he had done his part to lift some of the burden off the shoulders of those who were mourning, ensuring that, at least in this aspect, they didn't have to endure a crisis, financial or otherwise.